Hey there, cutie. Are you wearing your mittens today? You should, because the financial system we live in is actually an under-collateralized Ponzi system. And it's because we use paper money. Friends, I get asked at least 5 times a week, talk to us about macro. Oh my God, interest rates. What's going on? Up, down, left, right. Whoa. And my response is the same every day. My response is, please let me finish eating my banana. I'm here for the nutrients. And now that I am done, let me inform you, macro is useless. That's right. You're gasping and you're angry. It's useless. Do you understand the weight of my balls to tell you, after we just had the year 2022 show us all the media news of rising interest rates, crushing the prices of stonks and crypto, and here I am telling you, yeah, it's useless. It's useless. It's useless, friends. When you level up in markets, you actually see it for what it is. And what it is a whole bunch of chaos and mess. Markets' mind is a collective summary of basically just humans and whether they want to buy or sell at any point in time. If they don't want to sell, it doesn't matter what you throw in their face. Any bad news doesn't matter. We'll shrug it off. But if they do want to sell and they want to be scared, people will panic when someone sneezes. So our job is to figure out when that is. This is why you'll often see me posting about human emotions in crypto. Before they started manipulating the stock market with government intervention, you could trade it off human emotions. The last time this happened was in the Great Depression. Isn't that crazy? But the government said enough is enough. We've got to change the system. And looking back, I think I agree. Do you want to live in a world where every 20 years people over leverage and 10 years of businesses get destroyed because a couple of people FOMO bought the top because they bought some train stocks? By the way, train stocks did go absolutely nuclear in the 1870s. So yes, that's actually true. Do you want to live in that world? Most people don't. Like, good, honest people, do we want to live in a world where you're going to get affected because someone, massive degen, mortgaged their house and just started FOMO buying the top of stocks, and now they're down 90%? Because that's what happened in the Great Depression. So the governments, they changed the system, and it's a paper money fiat Ponzi system. This is all you need to know about macro. Interest rates and what's going on. Is the dollar going up or down? They're just narratives that get attached. I was like you. I used to look at them and be amazed. Oh, this is going up and this is going down and this thing is correlating. Now I yawn. Now it doesn't excite me anymore because I see it for what it is. They're all distractions. If you go and actually study the greatest investors, they all say what I'm saying. They all say, just ignore it, man. And they all look for different things. You know what's interesting? There's a famous quote by JP Morgan over 100 years ago. He basically says, like, there's a famous saying. He's like, millionaires don't use astrology. Like tarot cards and looking at the stars to do their investment decisions. Millionaires don't use them, but billionaires do. It's true. So why would he say that? Why would he say billionaires are using the stars and like very, non-traditional ways of figuring out obscure edges of the market? Because they understand it's just the mass of people. That's it. It's whatever's in the mindset is going to determine whether they're ready to buy or ready to sell. It is a constant changing formula. So what worked today is going to be different from what's going to work in 5 years, 10 years, and what worked in the past. Sometimes they rhyme a bit because, the patterns on the charts, they seem to repeat. But there's always something a bit different. That's why macro, friends, I continue here and I tell you, in macro, everything is underpinned by the collateral of the system. And look, I'm telling you now, the collateral, it's just men with guns. So this system is going to work until it doesn't. That's it. Notice I did not mention interest rates, the yield curve, unemployment. What's going on with this guy? He's got a mustache now. He's looking a bit dicey. Doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter. Markets are chaotic. You got to understand this. It's a double-edged sword. Now that you understand it, it doesn't mean you ignore everything, because there is something you got to pay attention to. In crypto, we are gifted. And I don't know how long this is going to last for, by the way. We are gifted because there is no government intervention. And because there's no government intervention, we have a pure wild, wild west market, which means we have the Wall Street cheat sheet of emotions. We have baby dolls. We have the disbelief and hope, and then the optimism, and then the belief, and then the thrill and the euphoria. We have that. And then it comes back down. We have the lower high complacency. And then we go back down. Anxiety, denial, fear, all this capitulation, anger, we have that. And then we reset. Because the government doesn't intervene. Now, in traditional stonks, when we get to the capitulation part around here, they print money. They print money, they backstop the system, and then stocks V-reverse up. If you go look at every stock market chart, it always has these capitulations. The government never lets the capitulation drag out into anger and depression. Why? Because that's 2 to 3 years, man. That's a long time. Can you imagine your neighbor loses his job, he can't feed his family because you bought some JPEGs on leverage? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Because that's what would happen. So, crypto doesn't have that yet. It does not have that yet. So that's why we've got to be in tune with our emotions. I am numb to them. So no matter how high my portfolio goes and how many digits, I'll never actually go, oh my God, I'm so euphoric. I'm probably a complete degenerate. You ever watch Alex Honnold, the dude who climbs the mountains with no gear? He just like free climbs everything, and you're like, my God, this guy is a sick alien extraterrestrial of some sort. The amygdala in his brain is not processing any fear. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, wait a minute. He's actually just me, but he's actually like climbing a big mountain. So yes, this is it. So I've now had to evolve and go, okay, if I can't read my own emotions, I've got to read everyone else's. That's why you constantly see me hunting for what everyone else is thinking and feeling. If you're a female, you'd probably be pretty good at this because you'll be able to sense confidence and fear in other people a lot better than everyone else. This is just something to keep in mind. So it's all about confidence. This whole collateral Ponzi system is confidence, friends. And, as soon as, remember, me and you, we know the system's going to be all right, but they don't care about me and you. They care about mum and dad going to work. Mum's a nurse. Dad's a mechanic. They don't care what the hell's going on. You're buying JPEGs on the internet for $4,000. They don't care. They just need to be able to go to work every day. So the system always gets backstopped. Unfortunately, the middle class always pays a price. That's all you got to know. So, but there's a price to pay, friends. So with the fact that we know that it gets backstopped, it means that we go up, but the distance we can crash before they backstop, that is chaos. So it could be 5%. It could be 10%. It's usually not 5%. Let's use real numbers in the stock market. It could be 18%. It could be 25%. Could be 35%. It could be 40%. You don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot. That's a lot. If you're on leverage, you're finished. You're finished. So on that first minus 18% drop, if you're on leverage, well, goodbye to you, because now you're praying that the government caves in immediately. But if it keeps going, well, everybody who's in spot, and remember spot, S-P-O-T, like the children's book, the little dog, spot. Spot means no leverage. Spot means you don't owe money to anybody else. It's yours. So the system always gets saved. But remember this double-edged sword. It only gets saved if you weren't a naughty boy or a naughty girl. You got to remember, eventually the system will hit its wit's ends and they'll need to reset it. Governments will either go to war or the famous term, there's a great reset. So this is funny, right? I even have this Winnie the Pooh meme. Under collateralized, that's like a toxic word to use out there. They call it fractionally reserved. It means the same thing. Same thing. So what does it really mean at the end of the day? It means the total crypto market cap is going up, but there's going to be some jitters along the way. So these are monthly candles. They summarize everything. When you put everything on monthly candles, you really get to see the market for what it is, because this was a zombie virus. Look at this. Can you believe it? The zombie virus, friends, was summarized in this one red candle. Isn't that crazy? That one red candle, that was a zombie virus. Isn't that absolutely nuts? And look, I know this is going to be disgusting to look back in the future, but one day we're partying in 2024, 5, 6, 7 up here, right? Hopefully much higher, 10 trillion market cap. But look what's going to happen. We're going to look back and be like, oh my God, do you remember when they raised interest rates the fastest they ever have in history to destroy the crypto market? It's summarized by these 3 red candles. You see those? Those 3 red candles, that's it. All that pain was in these 3 red candles. And do you remember when FTX collapsed? Well, that was right here. All these events. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. You can summarize everything in this little candle on your chart. That's what it is. All these ones. Now, remember, I am even succumbing to the weaknesses of man, because even I don't even remember the good events off by heart. I have to now think about them. See, the first thing, me making this video for you, the first thing I could remember are the bad events. What did I do? I went to the red candles straight away. Do you see? So this is just like, I'm foreshadowing our future is going to be rocky. You know, won't be rocky? Our friendship. Like, subscribe, bell button, or tell mum and dad that you love them.